Ah, laptop cooling pads. Have you ever tried finding a good one? It's like navigating through a jungle of flimsy plastic and weak fans. But amongst all of these rather disappointing plastic garbage heaps, there is something that might actually be good. The Llano cooling pad. Let's take a look at it, shall we? On first impressions, I have to say, it looks more like a spaceship rather than an effective laptop cooler. I mean seriously, it looks like it could take off and fly away any moment now. You can switch between various lighting modes and colors with dedicated buttons, making it a dream for RGB lovers. When I first turned this thing on though, I thought it was broken. Hold the power button for a few seconds or you end up confused as I was. Sadly, you can't disable the lighting or control the brightness. The RGB is pretty bright, which can be a bit much. Its RGB light strip extends all the way around the cooling pad, all the way around to the back with a quite nice Alienware looking aesthetic, appealing to that more aforementioned spaceship design. Hit that like button if you think RGB makes everything look better. Inside the box, you get a thank you card, which is nice of them, a USB-C data cable for the 3-port USB hub, a spare filter, and lastly the power brick. Now the build quality, in my opinion, is pretty subpar with quite hollow plastic. But that's a small trade-off for the plethora of features you get with this cooling pad. The scroll wheel and LCD display for speed control are nice additions, although an automatic fan control software would have been even better, but that might bump up the cost a little bit. Since this is a laptop cooling pad, it has to cater with laptops that are larger than your average 14 or 15.6 inch laptop. We've looked at some chunky ones though. Check out our MSI GT77HX review and you'll know what I mean. They also included 2 nifty plastic pull-up stoppers at the front to prevent your laptop from falling off, which is a nice touch. As for adjustability, they also include 2 nifty little adjustable feet that come with a total of 2 heights, with the full height reaching up to 58mm. So that's also a definite thumbs up from me. However, with the lack of adjustability in terms of memory foam to fit anything smaller than a 15.6 inch laptop, it's a little lacking. I also thought the memory foam itself to be a bit flimsy, as it can easily come loose and fall off. They could have easily added magnets to keep the memory foam in place and also added additional memory foams that are smaller in size as well. That being said, its inclusion does set it apart from other laptop coolers as it provides a very good seal for the air. The inclusion of the 3-port USB hub I thought was also a pretty nice touch, as it's good that they use a USB-C port for the data between the laptop and the cooler, as many cheap options seem to go for the USB to USB approach. A big thumbs up for the removable filter though. It's not top tier by any stretch of the imagination, but it keeps out those pesky dust bunnies. I mean, some filtration is better than no filtration, I guess. What's your favorite feature of this cooling pad? Let me know down below in the comments. Now, our test candidate for cooling performance today was the Acer Predator Helios Neo 16 with a 14700HX and RTX 4070. You can check out our review in the previous video. This is a perfect scenario for something like this, especially considering how these 14th generation Intel chips get hotter than the sun. You can quite literally cook an egg on them. In good old Cinebench R23, looking at our CPU package temperature without the cooling pad, it'll be no surprise that the 14700HX averages a scorching 99 degrees. Immediately turning on the Llano cooling pad at 300 fan speed resulted in a small but respectable 1.3% decrease in average temperature. Setting the fan speed all the way up to 1400 resulted in a further 7% decrease. Finally, turning the fan speed to the max resulted in a further 2% decrease in temperature. Overall, we hit diminishing returns pretty fast, so moderate fan speed is going to be your best bet to balance cooling and noise. I mean, just listen to this thing at full blast. Now looking at the clock speeds, you can expect a 3% increase at 300 fan speeds. Turning it up to 1400 furthers it by less than 1%, and the same can be said for max speed. How did this impact our scores, I hear you ask? Well, 300 fan speed alone made the biggest difference of 3%, to then pretty much plateau from there, with minor differences to the scores, for a large trade-off in the form of unbearable noise in my opinion. Gaming on the other end in Cyberpunk at the RT Ultra preset with frame generation and DLSS set to quality, temperature differences were pretty respectable again. This time on 300 fan speed, our temps decreased by 7% and a further 13% on the 1400 fan speed for our CPU. Our GPU on the other hand did about the same, decreasing by 7% on the 300 fan speed and a further 14% on the 1400 fan speed. In summary, the Llano cooling pad shines with its unique design, solid cooling performance, and user-friendly features. While the build quality could be better, it's a minor trade-off for what you get in return. Considering its price point of $116 US, it offers a good balance between functionality and cost. For those who want an effective cooling pad with additional features like RGB lighting and a 3-port USB hub, the Llano cooling pad is definitely worth considering. Anyways guys, that's all for today. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also make sure to check out our review of the Helios Neo 16. That'll be up on the screen right now.